consistent. 3 tries to learn the enemy layout, 10 minutes for a perfect run, unlock the dog bones, summon some tech dog to take on nearby enemies. Doesn't last very long, but it is useful. And onwards to the last level. The main challenge here is the length of the level and the linear nature of the challenge. The first 9 levels let you decide your plan of attack. Here, you have to do it the game's way, and I really use a hill to trip. But if you attack him, you can knock it out of his hands, just like enemies can do to you. Enemies and players following the same rules is fantastic. It grounds the game as fair. Finish the Onakage fight on 7 hit points, which means it's a case of simply myself into the lava this time. Find an HP potion before the boss, which is good because I know there's a lot of lightning damage. Drop down and start the fight. Thankfully, I've taken one of the magic life-restoring ninja leaf items, which comes in very handy and saves me. I killed the King of Hell. The ending cutscene remains the same. We unlock the decoy missile, which makes all alerted enemies stop looking for you. I'm not quite sure what the point of unlocking a hidden item by maxing the final level is, but I can now proudly say I've got Grandmaster on every level on Tenchu 1, and it was extremely fun to do. So wasn't any good. Usually, restarting a level or trying to 100% an old game is frustrating or unfair, but Tenchu actually had me smiling on every attempt. I was training. I was becoming a ninja. I failed because I made a mistake, or I didn't spot a card quick enough, or I got cocky. But when I succeed, it's because I improve, and I love this. The city levels with their use of sight lines, walls, rivers, bridges, and multi-height buildings are terrific, bringing playing up to the game's strengths of fluid movement with the grapple and stalking your prey through the city streets before dropping down for perfect kill. The forest and mountain levels lose a lot of the charm and the tactical variety of the city, but they provide enjoyable diversions. The variety of items is a nice touch, and the process of choosing what you take on each mission gives you a real sense of ownership over that mission. It was your choice to go equipped that way, so use your choices to win. The forced one-on-one fights are the worst bits, only serving to highlight how incomplete and clunky the fighting system feels compared to the process of stealth killing, but it's still far from bad. It's just not the focus of the game, and it's a shame they forced those fights in. There are many things missing: weather effects, underwater stealth, extended stealth manipulation of the enemies, and there are aspects which feel incomplete. The battle armor only helping combat, the shurikens being short range. But if you can overlook these design flaws, because Tenchu focuses on the feeling of being a ninja, not the world, not the story, not the graphics, not the bells and whistles, just the simple idea of feeling killing machine. Tenchu didn't need to look the best or sound the best, it just needed to make you feel like a ninja, and it does. It's an extremely short game. You can finish both characters in about 6 hours, but it's a great experience, and it's probably still one of the best ninja video games. So to end the review, I will happily award Tenchu 1.
Oh, Lord Goda's enemies, die by this blade.
Out of 10. Cheers for watching. Another huge thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel alive and allow me to make longer form videos. You can support from only £1 a month. Check the video description for links to Patreon, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. And as always, remember,
Let us settle this with nobility and honor. In the name of the Azuma Ninja clan, I fully accept your challenge. Commence.
That was cool. Sorry about that, guys. I was finishing that. I got stuck. This game is getting some bad reviews, dude. Even like game ranks, even they're like, it's just not good. Okay, let's exit and go see if we
火事場
can
は
get
でき
into
た。
some
お前の二親もきっ
action.
と見守ってくれるよ。
二人は堺で一番の鍛冶屋だった。だが織田信長に殺された。ここなら二人を供養できるかもしれん。また借りができたな。
バカ、ここはあんたの家だよ。礼なら直江にいいな。お前を見つけてくれたんだからね。
よろしく頼む。
ああ、互いにね。
ここならくじ切りができそうじゃ。 していずこへ？
林の奥じゃ。このわしも久しく見ておらぬものを取りにな。
なぜ林に？戦に向かうのでは？
焦るでない。戦に向かうからこそ行くのじゃ。
織田の軍勢は飢えた熊のごとく暴れ切り捨てると聞く。
信長の上は満たされることがない。そこに獲物がおると見るや、息子をけしかけておるのであろう。
何故じゃ？何もしておらぬのに。
受けは皆安寧な世のためなどと抜かしておるが、その実は力が欲しいだけじゃろ。わしらは壁の穴に住む小さきネズミじゃ。そのネズミが壁をかく音がやまぬ限り、信長は刃を収めまい。
ならば奴を撃たねば。
お前の父と桃地三太夫がおれば、わしらにも十分長気はある。
桃地様が共に戦うてくれるなら、信勝の命も日の出までじゃ。
日の入りまでじゃろう。さあ、もうすぐそこじゃ。おお、確かこれじゃ。そこをよく見てみるといい。
中に何かある。これはおばばの。
伊賀はこの先安泰であろうと思って隠したが、間違っていたようだ。その刀をお前にやろ
私に？
う。直江、お前は正康に大事に育てられてきた。じゃが表に出る時が来たらためろうてはならぬ。刀に身を委ねよ。
恩に着るおばば。
おばば、ここは危ういぞ。お主、正康と露の娘か。
はい、直江と申します。
なるほど、よう似とる。父のように戦えるか。
父に叩き込まれました。
その腕前見せてみよう。支度が整い次第長野峠の外れに行け。身を隠し命ずるまで動くでないぞ。
おばば、一人で戻れるか？
ああ、己の身ぐらい守れる。わしのことはいいから早くお行き。
わかった。
これでもいがもんじゃぞ。
それではな、行ってくる。
That, dude. Yep, I need to. I took my boys over to the UFC gym. Dom, what is up, man? Dude, you know what I just watched? Let me change this a little bit. So I was going through YouTube, right? And for some reason I typed in the word Tenchu. What, my belly? Oh. But I was watching some video actually about this game. And I typed in the word Tenchu, right? And the lettering turned blue. So I clicked on it. And it actually brought me to this video. The channel's called Josh Strife Plays. And it was a review from a couple years ago of the very first Tenchu game. And I sat there and watched this guy for an hour play through that game. And it brought so much nostalgia back. And what I found out, From Software actually owns the rights to Tenchu now. They actually bought the IP from Activision in 2004. So, potentially, I understand that Sekiro was a spiritual successor to Tenchu. And in fact, a lot of the early demos had Sekiro looking more Ricky Maru-ish. But we could potentially get a From Software Tenchu reboot down the road at some point in time. And what's up, Happy? How's it going? The big differences between Tenchu and Sekiro, there's a lot, because Sekiro is the way that the combat is set up. It's very in your face. It's very combat heavy, right? The stealth element has utterly been removed from the game. Like, there's very little stealth elements to Sekiro. And Tenchu would be like, imagine like if it's like Sekiro meets Origami. That's pretty much what Tenchu is. Imagine like Sekiro's realist brutality meets Origami's like style of gameplay, right? And you know how awesome it would be if we got a Tenchu reboot? Like, you guys know, Sekiro is the GOAT. In my opinion, in my humble fat nerd opinion, Sekiro is the GOAT. It's the greatest game of all time. But Tenchu does stand up. Like, the mechanics in Tenchu back from like 1998 or 1999 or whatever, bro, still hold up to this day. We're talking 25 years later, bro. The graphics don't. The graphics are horrible. But talking about a game that's, you know, damn near 30 years old, bro. Like, I forgot how much, like, I was sitting there watching this guy, and I remember playing Tenchu, and, you know, I remember getting Wrath of Heaven for the PS2. I'm not gonna lie, I just bought Tenchu 2 and Wrath of Heaven today, both for like $80. Yeah. Dude, if it wasn't for Sekiro, I never would have played any of the other From Software games ever. I never would have hopped into Elden Ring. I never would have hopped into Dark Souls. I never would have hopped into Bloodborne. I wouldn't even know what Demon Souls is. Like, I'm not like an OG from... Actually, you know what? You could say that I am a FromSoft OG player, because I did play like the original Armored Core a long time ago, not religiously. And I did play Tenchu games. The original Tenchu games before From Software, but I did play like Tenchu Z and stuff a long time ago. Dude, you oh, Dom, bro, you have to finish Sekiro, dude. Sekiro, I was at a point when Sekiro first came out, all I was really playing at that moment in time was Destiny and Final Fantasy 14. And I was honestly starting to get burnt out with gaming. Sekiro made me fall in love with gaming all over again. See, bro, so wait, hold on. I thought you haven't played Bloodborne, Sekiro, or Demon Souls, right? Because if you haven't, dude, the Demon Souls remake, honestly, one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. Just the aesthetic of the worlds alone, bro. Beautiful. Oh, okay.
渡りに織田勢がおるやもしれぬ。慎重に忍びゆこう。
下に向かった賊を探すのじゃ消えたなお手を諦めるのだな
Ah, okay. Yeah, Demon Souls, honestly, like the prison area and, because I'm so horrible with names. Hold on. Let me, I am so horrible with names. Like, images, I can remember. I can burn an image into my head. But when it comes to names, like, bro, you could tell me your name, and then, like, 30 seconds later, I'll be thinking, dude, did this fucking person ever tell me their name? Like, I am horrible with names. let me see. The Inner Ward and the Prison of Hope. The Tower of Latria and the Shrine of Storms. Callisto Protocol was a fun game. If it wasn't for Callisto Protocol, I wouldn't have played the Dead Space remake. And like, in all honesty, I would have never picked up the Dead Space remake if I wasn't able, like, this is crazy, but if I didn't get, the Callisto Protocol has one of my favorite collector's editions ever. Bro, that statue is wild. My kid broke it, but dude, it's still wild. I have it sitting somewhere over there. Anyway, so Ratchet and Clank was a lot of fun too, man. Ratchet and Clank was a lot of fun. Rift Apart, that game actually blew my mind. I played it for the first time a couple of months ago, and I honestly kicked the shit out of myself for not playing that game sooner. It was a lot of fun.
忍びゆこう。気取られたらおしまいじゃ。なんと傭兵織田のけだものどもめ。
Death Stranding 2 does look good, man. I actually downloaded the first one. Yeah, I need to finish Ratchet and Clank. I only need like 3 more trophies to 100% that game. I for damn sure would be taking this dude's sword.
音に戦わせてくれとコータの己じゃが殺すとまではなんということじゃ。
Like 110% without a doubt, I would have snatched his swords up.
気取られたか。血まみれじゃ。ああ、生きるためじゃ。仕方なかった。
残る。腰抜けどもめ。自然から目を離せ。
やってみせる。今の桃地様か。
Alright.
また殺めてでも里を守る。もう近い。どれだけおるんじゃ。振り向くな。先を急ぐんじゃ。
I honestly can't wait for Ghost of Yotai, bro. That game looks so awesome. I wish it like, hold on. Oh, damn, my belt. Ah. Ouch. Ah.
なぜ止まった。何をしておる。かかれかかれ。攻めかかれ。迷い子。伊賀は降伏すべきである。
いや、伊賀は降伏などせん。
逃さぬと根詰める。
Fatality.
直江。
仕留めたぞ、音を。あんな大きなやつを。
怪我はないか。答えよ。
これは返り血じゃ。
言いつけに背きおって わしが伊賀を守れというためじゃ。直江はそれに従うたまで。わしの娘ですぞ。されど伊賀者であろう。伊賀が襲われたのだぞ。守り手は足りていた。直江は言いつけを守るべきだったかと。
松と共におれと言われたら松と共におるまで。桃地様に伊賀を守れと言われたら伊賀を守るまで。
直江、
命に従うだけじゃ。恥じることは何もない。
お前が仕留めたのか。手も分かったであろう。伊賀のための立派な働きだ。さあ帰るとしよう。戦いは終わった。戦いは終わった。だが戦は始まったばかりじゃ。
The biggest thing that is pissing me off about the future of the Ghost franchise is the fact that we're not getting more Jin Sakai. It's not because we have a woman protagonist and all this other shit. That's not. And I hate it when people say that. Oh, like you're already looking down on Ghost of Yotai because it's a woman. No. Shut up. I'll fucking smack the taste out of your mouth. No. I liked Jin Sakai as a character. I really did. And, I mean, look. I need to clean it off, bro, but I've had this piece. This is from the collector's edition of Ghost of Tsushima from the PS4. Right? This piece right here has been at the forefront of my collection since the day it was added. I liked Jin Sakai's character. I liked his story. I liked his character development. I liked that game. I want more Jin Sakai. I appreciate that they're trying to develop that world, but that would be like playing God of War, but I'm not the God of War. I'm not Kratos. You get what I'm saying? It would be like playing, like if Sekiro came out with the sequel, like Sekiro 2, Shadows Die 3 times, and Sekiro's nowhere to be seen. It was the same thing with Infamous. You know what I mean? I liked Cole's character. And then all of a sudden, we're Devin. I think that's his name. And it's not that playing a woman in a game bothers me. It's playing a woman just because you want to prove a point and you want to make a statement. That's what pisses me off. If you're putting the woman as the main character in your game just to go, see, women are as good as men, then yeah, it's going to irritate me because that's your intent. That's your end goal, is to try to piss me off. A smug, arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic woman that isn't worth a damn but somehow is better than everybody else. That's what makes me mad. I've said this like 10 times today. Samus from Metroid. It's a great character because it's just a character. It's literally just that, just a character. The character isn't being put there to patronize me. And if I was actually a woman, that would piss me off. That characters in movies, comic books, video games, and any other form of media, the women characters aren't being put in to be valuable assets to the material that they're a part of. They're being put in to try to be confrontational through a narcissistic lens. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, it's like, they know it's gonna piss people off when a certain character is shoehorned in for no reason other than for a political statement. Instead of a character just being true to the name, it's we're gonna shoehorn this in just to patronize the consumer. And I'm not okay with that. It was the same thing with the black community and all these remakes. The way that I saw it was, if I were a black person, I would be pissed. When you're talking about so-called equality and representation, and all you give us is a Little Mermaid remake, like you're not even going to put time and effort into creating like a new character with a new backdrop and a new backstory and a world development and all that. You're just going to gender swap a character that's already been around for 200 years. Like, you don't want to put any effort into it at all. The Lion King, I thought did with the original Lion King was amazing. I still watch that with my kids to this day. We watch it. Power Man, Black Panther. These were all characters that had thought and Jubilee, an Asian character, had thought and effort put into a whole backstory, and then was developed into this great, fantastic character. I actually like Jubilee. I know a lot of people are like, I mean, she just shoots fireworks out of her hand. Bro, she shoots fireworks out of her hand. Like, come on. I don't know. It's frustrating. And I feel like the only people that are suffering are the gamers. And it sucks for us because, you know, as I'm sitting here and I'm going through this gaming catalog from games going in between like 19, you know, and I talked about that this morning, going from like 1998 to 2008. And we're getting franchises like Infamous and God of War, and, you know, we're getting more installments of Halo and Gears of War. And we're getting other games like, you know, Tenchu and Metal Gear Solid. We're getting these great games. And the characters that are in them are just that, characters. You know, there's no, like... It was just a form of entertainment. And I missed that time period when a person could just shut their brain off and have some mindless fun, dude. I miss those days, dude. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I hope one day we can get back to that. I hope one day that all of the activists and the politicians, that I just want them to hurry up and get tired of the nerd community. You know, they already blew through the sports community, and disrupted sports. They blew through the political climate and disrupted all of that. You know, now they're going through media. They're going through movies and comic books and novels and video games and music and you know what's crazy is I'm sitting here and I was listening to it's my second to youngest son's birthday today, and he was like, I want to hear some Eazy-E, Dad. And I was like, all right. Like, how do you even know about Eazy-E? Either way, I put it on. You know, we started off with the little Boys in the Hood. They're always hard. And you keep talking that trash and they'll pull your card. Nothing in life but to be legit. Just don't quote them, boy, because they ain't said shit. You know what I mean? And we're sitting there, we're listening to NWA and Eazy-E, and I was like, you know what? And I put on The Chronic, and I was like, who's this? And my son was like, I don't know. And I was like, what? What do you mean you don't know? Like, The Chronic is... What? I mean, you don't know about The Chronic, dude. I failed as a father. So, needless to say, I had put on The Chronic, and we played a couple songs from that. And I was like, alright. And then I put on some, well, I just put on Ice Cube's Greatest Hits. And I was like, who's this? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, what do you mean? You don't know? You know, we started off with, some of this right here. And he was like, I don't know. And he was like, Tupac? And I was like, what? You think that's Tupac? And he was like, I don't know, it kind of sounds like him. I was like, that don't sound anything like Tupac. What are you talking about? And then, I put on some DOC and, you know, I put on some Doggy Style and put on some Diggable Planets, and I put on some Freestyle Fellowship, and you know, it was fun to be able to take my kids back to that era of music. You know, we're all sitting in the car, and then, you know, of course, you know, I skipped over to some rock, you know, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, and you'll marry Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I know, I've got a horrible voice. I never claimed to have a good voice. But it was crazy because I remember back when MTV was MTV. Just that. Like, you went to MTV to find out what all the hot new artists and stuff were. And I remember hearing bands like Weezer and Cake and Beck and Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and Public Enemy and Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer and Anthrax and, you know, the Black Crowes and REM and Soul Asylum, Collective Soul, Soul for Real, Janet Jackson, Madonna, you know, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, like going through like this music, like Sublime, Oh god, dude, the first time I heard Sublime, it was so amazing. Bow now, 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 now. Where do I take this pain of mine? Oh, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I remember when the Red Hot Chili Peppers performed at the VMAs, bro, and they were wearing nothing but socks on their dongs. Bro, like, that shit was wild. Dude, Headbangers Ball and Total Request Live, and like, you know, back before the Real World and Jersey Shore and all that shit. Real World was actually on. Real World was on for a long time. Real World was on for a few years, you know, back in like the age of Puck and all that shit. And then, you know, Road Rules came on a few years after the start of Real World. I never watched any of that. My friends did. I never got into it. And that was like the downfall of MTV. That was like when they stopped playing, like Total Request Live went from 2 hours of music to 15 minutes of music, and then the rest was just talking about what stars were doing what, and who was sleeping with who, and who was beefing with who, and it was just, I don't know, dude. But I remember, even as far as like TV goes, I remember staying up late at night watching like Beavis and Butthead and Daria and MTV's Oddities and all that. You know, like The Head and Pit and like Eon Flux and stuff like that, bro. Eon Flux is wild, dude. I like the animation of the intro to Aeon Flux, and like the chick with her eye open, and like the fly landing on her eyeball, and then her eye shutting and trapping the fly. Like, that will be forever burned into my mind. Yeah. Do 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 do. I'll tell you what. That was back before King of the Hill, dude. Hank is actually very similar to a character. I think his name was Henderson, but he lived like next door to Beavis and Butthead, and they always stole tools and shit from him and broke them and built wild shit, and like they would steal a skill saw from them and cut their finger off, and yeah. That was great, dude. But even then, dude, like the parts of Beavis and Butthead, there would be segments where they watched shows or they watched music videos, right? And even the other shows, like the anime and stuff, or the animations and stuff, were very musically influenced. They had a lot of hip hop and metal in them. I will never forget that time period, dude. Let's see. Channel 2 was Fox. 3 and 4 were NBC. 5 was like the local weather channel. And it played like the local radio station from my hometown. And it had like local news up on the top bar. And then there was like a bar that scrolled like this with like the time, the date. And then the bottom part was like the moisture in the air, the barometrics, the pressure, the air pressure and all that. And then channel 6 was PBS 7. I can't remember what 7 was, but I think 8 was A&E, 9 was Nickelodeon, 10 was ABC, 11 was Fox, 12 and 13 were CBS, 14 was like the preview channel. No, 12 and 13 CBS, 14 was like the pay-per-view, the TV guide channel. And 15 was the other ABC. 16 was like headline news. 17 was TBS. 18 was TNT. 19 was Univision or Telemundo. 20 was USA. 21 was another news channel. I can't remember what 22 and 23 were. 24 was MTV. 25 was VH1. 26 was TNN, and then it turned into Spike TV. I can't remember 27, 28, 29, and 30. And I think 31 was like another Fox channel. And, shit, I can't remember what 32 was, but I remember 37 being E. You know, with like E! True Hollywood Stories and all that. But, oh, I actually have a picture of this, dude. This is wild. I saw this picture, and it freaked me out. Let's see if I can even find it. I might not even have it anymore. It's gonna be way back here, because I took a lot of pictures since then. It was our version of the remote. Hang on. I'm almost positive I still have it. Yeah, here it is. This was our remote when I was a kid, bro. This thing, I had this exact thing. Hold on. See that? It was a box about a foot wide, or about 14 inches wide, about 3 inches tall, 3 to 4 inches tall, and about 6 inches deep. And that was like a clicker, right? And dude, we'd get so good that we could just grab it and look at the TV, and by putting our fingers on it, we could just like slide it like one of them old rotary phones. We would go and we would like, okay, so say that channel 9 was right here. The way we grab, like, you would just be able to grab it, put your finger right on channel 9, grab the clicker and flip right to it. Because when you're watching 2 to 3 things at once, you had to get really good at flipping the channel. You know what I mean? Because back then, dude, you would watch 2 or 3 shows at the same time, and you would switch between commercial breaks. So you would sit there and you go, brrrt, and you would watch for a couple minutes and then brrrt, go back to the other channel. It was a wild time, dude. And that's like when you hear the jokes about us being our parents' remote, like they weren't joking. Hey, get up and go turn to channel 5. You know, we'd get up and we'd run over there, click. And we were happy to do it just because we were being a part of. It was like we were in on the decision making. It was like the old rotary phones, dude. I showed my kids one of those, and they were like, what the hell is this? And if you don't know what a rotary phone is, it's an old school phone. It looked like a box with like a sloped front, and then it had a receiver on it that you picked up. You know what I mean? And it had like 2 bulbous ends. You picked it up and you put it like this, and then there was a big round dial on the front of it. And it had, it looked almost like a weird clock, where it had like this big plastic wheel with all these like holes, these circular holes all around it, and inside each hole was a number. And then it went from 0 to 9, and then right after 9, like the next, where the next number would be, but it was an empty slot, at the bottom of it was this little metal hook. And so if, like, let's say your number is 675, you would put your finger in the 6th hole, and you would slide it around to that metal hook, and then you would let go, and it would go tick, 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 and it would click back. So 6, tick, 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 and then you would put your finger in 7 and click it around, tick, 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 and it would click back. And then you'd go to 5, and you would spin it around till you got to the hook, and then tick, 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 tick. You know what I mean? It was, bro, dialing phone numbers, like, we got good at that shit. Like, we got to a point where we knew there were 9 holes, okay? If this is 3, and I'm dialing, like, 384, right? I would have 3, I would click it around, and as it slid back, before it would slide all the way around, another finger would slide into the 8, and then you would click it around, and then the other finger would already be in the 4, and then you would just slide it a little bit further, 3, 8, 4. You know what I mean? It was, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It'd be a lot better if I could show you. It just trips me out how much time has changed, like how much things have changed. Like, bro, I remember the Saved by the Bell cell phone, and like seeing Zach Morris with that. And if you don't know what Saved by the Bell is, don't, because you're gonna make me feel like an old piece of shit. But the Saved by the Bell phone is basically like this big gray brick, dude. Like you could use it as a self-defense weapon. It was huge, bro. And they would hold them like this. And that was like the first public cell phone. And they had like this big black rubber antenna that came off of them. It looked like a satellite phone now. And then Motorola came out with this big ass flip phone, dude. And it had like this big flat part that opened up. And I'm strictly speaking to the people that are way younger than me. You know, the people that are in their teens and 20s and all that shit. Because you guys are not going to know what this stuff is, dude. I remember, like, when the BlackBerry came out. And I had no concept of what the BlackBerry actually was. Like, I knew it could make phone calls, but... like, bro, I didn't know what emails and shit were. I didn't know, like, what the internet was. I remember when the internet first came out. I remember, I was alive when the internet came out. Like, I was alive when the internet was born. Dude, it's scary. It just reminds me, like, how much time I have left, dude, and what I still need to do.
しきたりに挑みたいと言っても、この歌舞伎者たちは挑む相手を間違っておる。
いつになれば終わる。
I am 18 and I don't know what I want. You know, and I'm still tripped out about the death of Matthew Perry. Like, bro, that is wild to me. And I remember Friends. I never watched it when it first came out, but dude, I remember how popular it was. I remember that every girl I went to school with, bro, they were all like, oh my god, I'm Rachel, and you're Monica, and you're Phoebe. And oh my god, he's such a Joey, huh? Like, who the fuck is Joey, dude? What are you talking about? No, I'm Jeff. What do you mean? No, Friends. Yeah, but I don't watch that shit. I watch Sliders with Jerry O'Connell. You know, the fat kid. Stand By Me. It gives me hope. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, dude, if you're young, enjoy it, man, because it goes by a lot faster than you think it does. It really does. It really does. Like, don't spend time being pissed off or upset about shit. Not that it's wrong to feel those things, but just don't waste time on it, dude, because you're only on this rock once. Don't drink 7 Red Bulls a day, because it will start to make your kidneys hurt. I'm not joking, dude. My kidneys are starting to hurt bad.
いいだろ
それでいい。防御ギアが悪いぞ。今日がお前の命日。
I am 18 and I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm 18. If you don't know what song that is, it's actually a song by Alice Cooper called 18 that has one of the sickest guitar riffs I've ever heard in a song. Oh wait, hold on. We got 32 more hours, dude.
鉄砲い
鉄
金で
砲
飾られた鉄砲を探しとるんだ。
なんでそんなものをよく当たるようになるわけじゃなし。
献上用で。
すまんね。そういうのは職人に聞いとくれ。
You got a pipe bomb?
堺の上等。
鉄砲はあるか？
猫も杓子も鉄砲だが、やっぱり刀が一番さ。どうだい、見てかないかい。
それは間に合うとる。
わしが何をした？
一体何の
お前は勝てぬ。
飛びを逃がすな。鉄砲が爆発したのを見たことない。己を手の中で暴発せぬ
気をそらすな。
堺じゃなきゃて
金の飾りがついた鉄砲を探しとるのだが。
金でなきゃダメか？混じりけない丹波の銀がある。腕のいい細工師を紹介しよう。安くしとくぞ。
いや、金でなくてはならん。
なあ、金より銀にしなって。
ここでは見つからんの。
殺しだ。
Bro, I just left bodies in that pit. It says talk to the gunsmith, but I don't see any more damn gunsmiths, dude. I am 18. Know what I want. Yes, I'm 18. Oop. 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 Did I kill all the guards in the town?
道理の通じんやつでな。早急様に取り入るために財を使ったのだから、その分は取り戻すのだとさ。
早急様は信長様の茶坊主。取り入るのは難しかろう。
この偽の書状がありゃ出世は間違いなしじゃ。今井宗久とお近づきになって茶会にも招かれるかもしれんぞ。
玉木、宗久の息子はわしを知っとる。突如書状が信長様から届き、肥前の南蛮人に銀の延べ棒30本、織田軍に種子島一式のご用意を申し付かったなどと言うても信じまい。
大丈夫じゃ。この偽の印、信長様とて気づかんべきじゃぞ。
いくら堺とはいえ怪しい商いの匂いがする。
この嘘が知れたらわしは商いから締め出される。偽物作りで銭を無駄にしたな。
全ては兄者のため。兄者の銭を使おうと決まっておろう。
わしの銭じゃと己いくら使うた。
何者だ。
もしや今池の方か。
アホ抜かせ。兄者がわめくのを聞きつけて、そこらの小僧殿が寄ってきたんじゃ。
この堺の商人で今池と関わりない者などおるはずなかろう。
お前は堺の人間とは思えんかな。
今池と関わりあるのは堺の者だけとは限らんじゃ。
では誰に聞いてきたのか言うてみろ。宗久の息子か娘か。
ご息女の使いじゃ。
今井宗久に娘はおらんわ。ほら吹き目。おいおい、ただでやってたまるか。いいか、欲しいなら銭をもらう。500文じゃ。
私の辛抱を試しておるようだが、もう待てん。冥土の土産に殺しに生きる忍びの技を味わってみるか。この書状があれば商人を装える。それに金の鉄砲を持つ人間を探すためにも使えるかも。
よろしかったら、えで、I am 18 and I don't know what I want. Yes, I'm 18.
この書状があれば商人を装える。それに金の鉄砲を持つ女子を探すためにも使えるかもしれん。
させて。
Let's do this. Oh, I just want to ice these dudes, bro. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're all gonna die.
この書状があれば金土を装える。それに金の鉄砲を持つ女子を探すためにも使えるかも。
しまわんか。一日中痛んでる。
飯の時に食ったあれか。
You're all gonna die.
果物。なぜまだここにおる。その命いただくぞ。
Yeah, okay, yeah. You want some of this dick? Come here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's get some. I need to get rid of this homie that's stoning. Oh my fucking god, dude. Let me see if I can go find some. I want to fight that Shonen dude again. Where's he at? Come on, up here, guy. I want to break his ass. Got all these bodies all over the ground. Ah. Watch this. Oh.
なんというやつじゃ。ご先祖の。消え落ち
What?
無駄死にする。
なぜ足軽なのだ。 侍こそふさわしいというのに。
思うほど簡単ではなかろう。
俺が一斉にかかれ。
What the oh my god, dude. Dude. It like I rolled and then it pulled me right back into it. Why did I only have one? God, dude. What the?
Si babis nos pane lacrimarum et
ご先祖のところへ送って
Dude, what the fuck? Are you kidding me with this shit? What the fuck?
惜しかったな。
Bro!
何か腕試しといこ今そこに殺されはせんぞ。降参しろ。おこぼれに預かろうと思って参った。
人にたかるいやしいやつら。
Bro, this is starting to piss me off, dude.
おこぼれに預かろうと思ってまいった。
人にたかる卑しいやつら。 さて、この先堺では別人になりすますことにしよう。南蛮船じゃねえ。どれだけ海を渡ってきておるんじゃ。
One that's in. What's up, man? This game's not that bad, dude. I really enjoy the samurai elements of it. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed guy, but I really do dig the samurai elements of it. Do I wish that they would have focused more on bettering the game instead of controversy? Absolutely. What the fuck? I thought you were supposed to do like the jump of faith up. This is where that one dude quit. He was like, yeah, the game's pretty good. It's okay. It's fine. And as soon as he jumped off, he was like, I'm never touching this game again. You used to get a trophy for that. Alright,
南條、夫の乱暴に耐えられず逃げ出してきたのだ。離縁もしてな。夫婦のちぎりを結ぶ定めではなかったのだ。新たな生きる道を見つけねば。されど村の者からは気取った女だと陰口を叩かれておる。
It's time.
これをもう少しつつましい着物でも買えば村にも馴染めるじゃろう。
そうしよう。
The tendon in my neck right here is like hella tense and tight.
なんじゃ。
I'm not seeing this dude over here anywhere. I need to head to bed, you guys. My neck is like, I don't know what, like the tendon in my neck right here. I must have slept on it wrong last night, but it's killing me. And it's making my eyes hurt. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hop off. Tomorrow, don't forget, you guys, I'm going to bust out the Sega Genesis. And we're going to hook that up. And we're going to play a little bit. And I may, one of these days, dude, I've got Tenchu 2 and Tenchu Route to Heaven coming. And I'm going to do like a throwback Tenchu day on one of these weekend days. So we'll go through Tenchu 1, Tenchu 2, Tenchu Route to Heaven, and Tenchu Z. So, be sure to check that out. We've got... Let me go ahead and exit out of all this. Guardians of the Galaxy. We got 3 Armored Core games downloaded. We have 1 day, 7 hours, and 21 minutes for both Atomfall, or 6 hours, 21 minutes, and 7 hours for the first Berserker design. Once First Berserker comes out, everything is going to get dropped for this game. I've been waiting a long time for this game to come out. I had a lot of fun with the closed beta. I had a lot of fun with the demo. I can't wait for this game. I don't know how big Atomfall is, so this may be something that we just play every now and then. And then Lies of P, we're still working on the Platinum. I just beat the Puppet King. I would like to try Infamous again at some point in time and work on the Platinum for Fires of Rubicon as well. Also, 3 days after both of these games, we have AI Limit coming out. So we've got a jam-packed couple of weeks coming up. And I'll try to stream as much as I possibly can. I need to head to bed, though, because it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I hope you guys all have an excellent night. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I want to thank everybody that's subscribed over the past couple of days. And I'm sorry about the rant that I went on this morning. I don't, like, it irritates me when some pretentious dude on the internet, you know what I mean? It is like, oh, you guys are all pieces of shit. I'm the only Caucasian person that isn't racist, and I'm above all you. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Dude, you play video games for a living. I roll heavy ass logs up a hill for a living. Dude, we are not the same. So don't put us in the same box with each other. You know what I mean? Some dude that literally lives in his basement and openly admits to being on social media all day long and lives on his computer or works on his computer for a living is telling people like me that I need to get out of the house more and go experience other cultures. Like, bro, get off your pulpit, dude. Get off your high horse. Stand down off your soapbox and listen to the entitled bullshit that you're saying right now. So it's aggravating, you know what I mean? I'm tired of all the race wars from both sides. I'm sick of sexual politics being pushed on me. To me, sex is a very private thing. Dude, that's just what it is. It's a very private thing. Maybe it's because I have kids now, and I look at it differently. But I'm genuinely tired of sexual politics being pushed on me. Sex is like one of those things that I feel like should be talked about in the open space. You know what I mean? Let alone being taught to fucking 4 and 5-year-olds. It's disgusting. You know, let them be young kids first. You know. Anyway. I don't know. This is exactly why I don't talk about politics at all on my channel. Because it's infuriating. It's maddening. I don't like doing it. It's ridiculous. ridiculous because no matter what, somebody's always going to see something very differently. My uncle took me in and raised me as his son. He wasn't there my entire life. You know, he popped in when I turned about 11 or so, and taught me everything I know about being a man. He was a very religious person. He was a very money-wise person, and he was one of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my entire life. He literally worked 16 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then went to church from 6 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night on Sunday. And he fished and he hunted. And I just, you know what I mean? And so when people start yapping online about how evil certain religions are and stuff like that, just, if you don't like a religion, shut your fucking mouth about it. Seriously, shut up. Simple as that. If you don't like it, practice what you preach and shut your fucking mouth. Anyway. Play the damn game. That's my 2 cents, and that's it. I'm done talking about it. I don't hate anybody for their skin color. I don't hate anybody for their religion. I don't hate anybody for their sexual preferences. I've got no issue with any of that as long as you were all consenting adults. But don't sit there and try to tell me that the people that took me into their home and raised me and taught me every like good moral thing that I have are evil, racist pieces of bigoted shit, dude, because I'll knock you the fuck out. Anyway, alright, you guys, like I said, that's the end of it. That's my 2 cents. I will not talk about it anymore. And with that being said, I hope you guys all have an amazing night. Catch you guys again tomorrow. I hope a lot of that didn't scare some of you guys away, because that's usually not what's on my channel. I usually just like to play games and talk about comic books and stuff like that. Maybe make fun of some stupid shit. But either way, until next time, you guys have a good